Not long ago, I was married to a man who, by all appearances, had everything going for him. His name was Ethan, and after 5 years of marriage, his career had finally taken off. He'd landed a top role at his logistics firm, better pay, a prestigious title, and that corner office he'd always dreamed of. We lived in a nice house, owned 2 reliable cars, and had photo magnets from our last beach vacation stuck to the fridge. From the outside, everything looked solid, but the promotion came at a price. Ethan was constantly exhausted. He worked late, traveled often, and even when he was home, he wasn't really there. He'd come in the door, drop his bag, murmur a tired hello, and collapse on the couch or go straight to bed. We barely touched anymore, let alone talked. I missed the little things, our inside jokes, random texts during the day, the way he used to pull me close just because. The silence between us was no longer comfortable. It was lonely. Then someone new came into my life. Lucas Hart. He was new at the marketing firm where I worked. Easygoing, funny, and magnetic in that effortless way. He had this spark, the kind of charm that could make anyone feel like the center of the universe. He noticed me, complimented my ideas, remembered how I liked my coffee, made me laugh when I didn't even realize I needed it. I told myself it was harmless, a little harmless attention, a little validation, but it wasn't harmless. Our conversations slipped out of the workplace and into late-night chats. Music, childhood stories, our worst dates, things that should have stayed between friends but didn't. I still wore my wedding ring. I still told myself I was loyal, but emotional boundaries blurred faster than I realized. One dreary Saturday, while Ethan was out of town for work again, Lucas messaged me, joking about the weather, teasing me about my boredom. Then he casually suggested catching a movie together. Just a rom-com, he said. Beats sitting alone, right? I hesitated. I really did. But I said yes. The movie was forgettable. But laughing beside him, that felt alive. Afterward, we strolled through the park under string lights. He walked me to my door, paused, and asked, "Mind if I come in? Just for tea." I nodded. Why did I nod? Tea turned into wine. Conversation drifted deeper. He told me I was beautiful, that he'd felt drawn to me from the beginning. He leaned in. I didn't stop him. Not when he kissed me. Not when we stumbled toward my bedroom. Not even when I should have remembered that the sheets still smelled like Ethan's cologne. The next morning was a nightmare. I woke before Lucas. My stomach twisted. I slipped out of bed, wrapped myself in shame, and sat in the kitchen, unable to breathe. When he walked in and smiled, expecting something, I just whispered, "This was a mistake. I'm married. You need to go." He didn't argue. He just left. I ignored his messages, avoided him at work. I stopped checking my phone and started clinging harder to Ethan when he came home. I tried to be the wife I used to be, cooked his favorite meals, laughed at his jokes, curled up beside him like I hadn't broken everything. I swore I'd take this to the grave. Ethan didn't need to know, but secrets don't stay buried. A week later, I came home to find at the kitchen table a bottle of bourbon beside him, a stack of printed papers in front of him. I froze. The top page was a photo, grainy but unmistakable. Me asleep, bare-shouldered in bed beside Lucas. The pages beneath were worse. Screenshots of every message, every flirty text, every intimate confession. Lucas had sent it all to Ethan, out of anger, or maybe revenge. It didn't matter. Ethan didn't scream. He didn't throw anything. He just stared at the papers with red-rimmed eyes, then finally looked at me and said, "Get your things. We're done here." I begged, sobbed, told him it didn't mean anything. But I could see it. The light in his eyes had gone out. What we had was broken. He moved into the guest room that night, canceled the wedding plans, returned the deposits, called his parents. His mother, who used to call me her future daughter, never returned my texts again. When he eventually moved out, he didn't leave a note, just dropped his house key on the counter and walked away. I tried to fill the void, dated, drank, lied to myself that I didn't care. But the truth never let me breathe. My family turned their backs when they found out. My sister called me selfish. My dad, heartbroken, said he couldn't even look at me the same way. You burned down something you couldn't rebuild, he told me. 2 months later, I ran into Ethan's mom in a grocery store. She looked tired, older somehow. I told her the truth, the full story. She didn't scream. She just shook her head and said they planned to give us the same $8,000 down payment they gifted Ethan's sister as a wedding gift. But now, they donated it to a domestic violence shelter instead. Not out of spite, she said. Out of principle. We don't reward betrayal. It crushed me. Not the money, the finality of it all. Being erased. Eventually, I moved to Houston. New job, new apartment. No Ethan. No familiar faces. Just me and the guilt that wouldn't loosen its grip. Even now, months later, I still lie awake at night sometimes, wondering what the hell I was thinking. Why I traded something real for something hollow. Whether I'll ever be trusted again or deserve to be. Because forgiveness is not owed. And sometimes all you get is a reminder. One night, one choice can unravel everything.